Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is an SU-122A. It's a Tier 5 Soviet SPG. It's located on the south spawn of Siegfried Line, and this one is under the command of General Disturbance. Yes, it's one of my replays. And, well, let's see how I get on. I must admit, I made a bit of a mistake in this battle. A huge mistake, actually. And it's all down to my greed, I think, more than anything. Yeah, I'm a greedy player. And as a consequence, well, you'll see what happens. It's a Tier 7 battle. I'm Tier 5 Arty. And I've got a 152mm howitzer. I'm just going to knock down this camp, as I usually do. And go into my firing position. Now, I've only got 15 rounds of ammo, but each of those shells is capable of doing 600 alpha, and it can penetrate 38mm of armor. And it's got a burst radius of 7 meters as well. Okay, I've set up in the bush near the cap, and I'm looking for targets. And lo and behold, we've got a target. A Cromwell B. It's gone to that bunker out in the middle of the field on the west side of the map. And, well, it's a bit of a mistake to do that, because that makes you stationary, and the Cromwell B is a fast-moving medium, and that round hits the bunker, so he was very lucky to survive that. Reload time 25.53 seconds. It's quite a long time for a 152mm gun at Tier 5, but you have to consider that this is quite a big shell on quite a small little arty. Almost ready to go. We'll fire blind, rounds out. And killed the Cromwell. He was still there. So we've got our first kill. We've got a T-34. He's been tracked out in the field. Now I'm loading at the moment. It says okay, but it's not loaded. So he's gone down. A little further away is a Striv M42. He's backing away from our guys, but he's still receiving a lot of fire. I target him with my indicators and splash kill him for 81. So second kill. Notice how I worked out that he was actually still moving back, so I aimed a little behind him and let him just lead the target into the into his track so that I could hit him. He'd move back into the blast radius and bang, away he goes. Well, we've got a Panther M10 hiding behind the corner there, and I can only see the quarter of his vehicle, but he's very low on hit points, and he's my next kill. 3 kills. Not bad for a Tier 5 Arty in a Tier 7 game. We're one tank behind the enemy at the moment. Striv 74 hiding behind that building. A Panzer IV-H on that corner. Now we're going to see him a little later. His name, Legend of Doom. Yeah, he's quite an important player in this game. But he's pulled back from that corner, and instead the Striv 74 on his team has moved forward. Now I'm loaded and ready to go. I fire a snap and take him out with a shell right into his rear. 475 hit points from that one. So that's 4 kills. Waiting for the reload. Got a T-150. He's got low hit points. Making his way towards the gates. Now, it'll be a very difficult shot to shoot through that building. But he is backing up a bit. I fire around at his rear, and it hits him directly. So he's very low on hit points now. I can't see him, but I know he's badly damaged. I suspect he's still there because my teammates are still firing in that direction, but I just simply can't see him. Okay, I'm almost loaded. AMX 1375 is going up for a quick look. Drove straight past, so we can't see where the T-150 is. More guys on our team are moving into the field. There's the T-150. And he was badly damaged. He's now a splash kill for me. Rounds out. Kill shot. 5 kills. Now, a lot of people dislike the SU-122A because it actually is very difficult to play. It's got a very narrow arc of fire. It's got a very long reload. And you get very limited ammunition. Only 15 shots. I've only got 8 left now at the moment. And there is a Wolverine up on that hill protecting the eastern flank. I'm trying to dial in on him. I can't fire until I'm fully dialed in because this is notoriously inaccurate, this Arty. If you don't... It's fully dialed in now. Rounds out. Oh, and it lands short. It stuns him. I'm loading another shell. I'm going to try and keep on target. Hopefully the AMX will get some damage into him. Oh, he's going to try and ram the AMX and failed and died. Still one tank down on the enemy. Okay, I'm looking for the enemy Arty now because our AMX 1375 is making a quick run round the back. And I'm sort of guessing that the enemy Arty is going to be somewhere in the bushes nearby their enemy cap. So I'm looking and aiming for these bushes just in case he's anywhere nearby. He's not been sighted there, so I'm now aiming towards the north. And oh, see a Jagdpanther moving through the... And there's the enemy Arty. He's right out in the field. I'm dialing in on target as fast as I can. The AMX 1375 spotted him. I've marked the target to let him know that I'm going to shoot in that direction any second. Oh, and I fired a round in. And it would have splash killed the enemy Arty. So I just missed out on getting a top gun there. The T-3485M is moving up to try and kill our 1375. He's going to do it. Yep, he does. Not a lot I can do to help there. Now looking over to the field, just see our Super Hellcat killing one of the enemy tanks. But in fact, actually, it was an M10 RBFM killing a Panzer T25. And we're looking over here because there was a Jagdpanther headed in that direction. And one of our teammates is down there. There's the Hellcat. There's the Jagdpanther. Okay, so I'm trying to fire there. Rounds out. Hits him in the rear. He's on fire. He's burning. And we lost the Hellcat. Another shell goes in there. That's coming from the Crusader SP on our team. He's way out in the field. Going to try and get that T67 if I can. I have to dial in. Oh, no, the M10 gets him. So still short on getting my top gun. And unfortunately, we just lost another teammate. The Super Hellcat went down to the enemy Arty, the GW Panther. But the enemy Arty has been spotted. There he is. Dialing in. Almost ready. Rounds out. Long flight time for the shell. 3.7 seconds. Direct hit. Wipes him out. Gives me a top gun. It's the best way for an Arty to die, to be killed by the enemy Arty. So we've still got some enemy tanks out there. 3. And they seem to have the town whilst, well, our guys have got the field. The M10 RBFM still on the west side of the map. The Crusader SP's in the corner. And I'm the closest. Oh, here comes the Jagdpanther. And I'm still in battle assistant mode. I go to standard mode, shotgun, shoot the Jagdpanther in the face with a 152mm round, takes him out of the game. Trying to stay within the bushes to avoid any fire. I don't think they can see me, don't think they know where I am. Oh, there's the T-3485, and he just got a round into me for 172. And the Crusader SP comes to my rescue and takes out that T-3485M. So there's only one enemy remaining, and it's that Panzer IV-H, Legend of Doom, the guy we saw earlier in the game. He's the last enemy. And so, end game, I've gone mobile. And I want that last kill because I've got 7. I could get a Radley's in an SU-122A, which... well, it's almost unheard of. You get so little ammunition in this Arty that it's very, very difficult to actually get any serious medals. In fact, it's one of the easiest Artys to mark simply because it's so difficult to play. I think this Arty does actually have 2 marks, although they're not showing underneath the skin. And so I'm working on my 3rd. I believe it's up to about 90% or thereabouts. Well, I'm joining up with the M10 and I'm headed towards the last known position for the Panzer IV-H. And the M10 went past that corner, but I don't think he checked both sides. And I thought that the Panzer IV-H might be hiding around that corner. And this is where I made my mistake, of course, because I should have joined up with the M10 and stayed with him all the way to act as backup to his wingman. But I was still concerned about that Panzer IV-H, and I thought to myself, maybe he is still in that little corner. So I turned around, and this was the big mistake. I headed off back towards those gates, thinking he might be there. And the M10's been seen, and he's been killed. And so I suddenly realised too late, the Panzer IV-H was behind me. And if I'd gone up on that hill with the M10, I would have had a clean shot at that Panzer IV-H. So I'm still hungry for that Radley's, but I now realise that he's up there somewhere. I'm also conscious that, how do I approach this? So I'm actually on the reverse side of the slope, making him think that I'm on the other side. And there he is. I aim towards him, auto aim, and fire the round in. It's just too late. I'm not going to be able to reload in time. And he takes me out with 1 shot. I made a huge mistake not staying with the M10. The Panzer IV-H was using the derp gun, and if I'd actually been with the M10, if he'd shot the M10, I would have ample time to just drive straight up to him, shoot him in the face, and kill him that way. But that leaves now the Panzer IV-H as the last remaining enemy, and the Crusader SP is the last remaining player on our team. And yep, this is the Arty that drives backwards. Well, in fact, actually, it doesn't drive backwards. The gun is actually mounted backwards. It's basically like a Crusader tank, but with the gun mounted where the turret would normally be, or just slightly forward of that position. And the driver sits, well, he sits up front. So this is one of the few Artys that you can actually shoot at the enemy as you're running away from them. And I've actually seen Crusader SPs kill enemy tanks that were chasing them by auto-aiming onto them and just letting them shoot them in the face as they charge towards the Arty, thinking they were going to get a clean kill. Well, Crusader is now aiming towards our cap. He's going to try and get a reset. He ought to fire. I don't know how many shells he's got, but he ought to just keep firing, keep the fire rate up. He's fired his first round in. It's quite a long reload. He's got the 5.5 inch gun. Goes to the next round. He'll get one more shot and then he'll run out of time. And that's it. He won't be able to reload now before the clock ticks out. So the Panzer IV-H has actually won the game. Very sad. All down to my mistake. And there you go. He's won. Oh, one round. One last round, but it's not going to do anything. It is a defeat, I'm afraid, and it's all down to me. So let's have a look at the end of battle stats. Well, it was an ace tanker for general disturbance in the SU-122A, and I managed to get a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, I got 13 in that one. And I managed to get a top gun because I did manage to get at least 6 kills. In fact, I got 7. But and my win rate was 5,248, but it was still a losing game, all because of my greed and all because I thought that the Panzer IV-H must be still by the gates, and he wasn't. He was where the M10 was headed. So, big mistake. Let's have a look at team score. I didn't get the highest damage in the game. That went to the T67 on the enemy team. He managed to get a high caliber and a Confederate for 1,797 hit points of damage. The next high scorer was in fact me with 1,550, and after that it was the T-3485M on the enemy team with 1,547. The winner of the game, the Panzer IV-H, who managed to get an invader medal, he only got 798 hit points of damage and 4 kills, so he did get second highest number of kills, just behind me with 7, but it does appear that he may have been not quite as experienced as we thought he may have been in the start of the battle. When it came to base XP, yes, he's the high scorer with 794. After that, it was the T67 with 788, and then the T-3485M with 702. I managed 627, but unfortunately it was a losing game, and the Crusader, well, he did do his best. 585 hit points of damage. He did get that 1 kill. He saved my neck with that kill. The T-3485M that he shot whilst the T-34 was chasing me, and got 165 base XP, but unfortunately in the end he just couldn't get the resets in time. 13 shots fired, 7 direct hits, 2 penetrations, 8 splash, damage of 1,550 hit points, of which 1,421 were at more than 300 meters. Obviously the close shot was that Jagdpanther who I shotgunned right in the face. 3 hits received, 2 penetrations, 1 non-penetration, and 7 hits, 7 enemies damaged, 7 killed, and 111 hit points of damage assistance, and 3 stuns caused. I earned 28,416 credits from the game, got 5,309 for Courageous Resistance, total 33,725, and after repair and ammunition resupply, took away 21,415 credits. I got 26 bonds from that. I got Veni Vidi Vici, and also one for the Top Gun, and 940 XP, 537 for Courageous Resistance, took away 1,477 altogether. So yes, it was the greed for that Radleys that made me turn back and go back to the gates to have another look for that Panzer IV-H, and if only I'd stayed with the M10, I would have won the game and got a Radleys, and well, there you go. We all make mistakes sometime. Mine was not going with my wingman, my buddy, and looking for that M10, that Panzer IV-H. He was going in the right direction. He was up there, but in the end, I fluffed it. I made a mistake. There you go. We all do it. So if you enjoyed that replay, please give this video a like and do subscribe to our channel. And thank you for watching.